What is up, everybody? It's Og here, back with another power leveling video. Today we're going to be running through SFK. Shout out to my mom for the new mic. Just got it for early Christmas present. Super excited. One thing though is I'm still working on getting everything set up, so sometimes you'll be able to hear my spacebar because for whatever reason my keyboard has a very loud spacebar. I apologize in advance for that. But outside of that, we should be pretty much good to go. So running the Mage through today, as you can see right here. Mage is pretty much fresh level 20. Trying to get him to 21 so we can go get over to SM and get the really good XP. But wanted to make a quick video of SFK to show how we run through that real quick before we move over to that. So let's get the music started. Turn it down just a little bit. And let's get rocking and rolling. So the very first thing that you want to do is just run through these mobs and get to the first boss. I like to blink up to the stairs. I messed up the blink a little bit there, but no big deal. But you just want to aggro them. You can get slowed. There's debuff that comes out. Really not a big deal though. This instance is still really low level, so there's no real concerns. Aggro up everything there, jump down, hit these two levers, get them started opening. Talk to this guy. Now, if you've run SFK before, you know that you need to get this guy moving as quick as possible. If you haven't, basically this guy starts a little timed RP event where he's going to start walking. He slowly walks all the way up the path, right? And he goes and unlocks the door to the next rooms. So if you wait to get that started until you kill this first pack, you're just going to be sitting there for a long time, waiting for it to go. And then you'll have to waste about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, however long it took you to kill this pack. So just get him started walking and running over to the next part. Once we get over here, he's finishing up opening up the door because we started it early. So we're just going to drink up to full. The next room is really the only hairy room in the entire instance. Now, reason for that is that they apply an anti-magic shield, which if you played retail WoW, you're well aware of the DK's AMS. But basically, they're going to be immune to all my damage for a little bit. So what I like to do is I like to conserve mana and keep an eye on clear casting procs. If I get any clear casting procs, 100% use them on max rank abilities. But outside of that, just keep my mana as high as humanly possible. Aggro up this group. If the people that you're with need a bag, definitely go kill these horses inside here because they give 10 slot bags, which are really nice at this level. But you just gotta wait for, wow, look at that. 1 HP. 1 HP. You really gotta wait for the AMSs to be down. Once you see a couple of these AMSs go down, you slowly tick down these mobs. So now we're just waiting for these two to fall off. I'm just gonna wait a couple more seconds because I can see when this one casts. And there we go. All these mobs are dead. So it can get a little bit hairy. I don't pull the horses typically, just because if they do start doing some damage to you or whatever, it could throw off your progress and you could potentially die. I'll kill them real quick just to show you guys. Maybe we'll get a bag drop. I got them up. Don't need to worry about shields, so we're gonna come outside. They do stun, so that's another thing to not want. So you want to make sure that you keep them slowed and rooted away from you. Let's see, did we get a bag? Hey, I think we got a bag. Drink up real quick while we wait. Hey, 10 slot bag. There you go. So you get those 10 slot bags for your ults. Help out the people that you're running, whatever. From here, we're going to grab the second boss, but we're also going to run all the way around the outside perimeter so that we aggro up as many mobs as possible. You will have a few AMS mobs, and you potentially will have a silence mob, but not typically. So, yeah, not a big deal. Make sure you got Ice Barrier a little bit. Low level instance, so there's nothing too much to be worried about. We're going to run up here, aggro these mobs as we go. Blink up into the door, just so you get the maximum use of blink. Now, same thing with clear casting procs, just make sure you're watching them. Refreshing your Ice Barrier. I like to Nova in this first room here. Nova all those, just because Nova has a really wide range when you're running, same time as a mob moving. So you're able to get good Frost Nova off, and then you'll have it up for when you need it next, which is right in here. So you notice that a lot of mobs are starting to get close to me. So we're going to Nova right there. Slows down all those mobs, but also allows them to break out of that Nova early enough where they can come join us outside. So we keep on coming outside. We're going to wait for a couple of these mobs to come out. And we're going to block right here. And now we just wait. You want to sit through this entire block because it takes a while for these mobs to get out. Whether or not you Nova them back in there, it'll take a while for them to get out. But once you get out, they're low level, so we can just Cone of Cold, Arcane Explosions, and just grind them down real quick. Now you'll have the boss, Baron, who will drop some good loot, and you're going to have a couple AMS guys. Fortunately, this time, we didn't get many AMSs. But the one thing you need to do as soon as you kill that pack is run right back over here. These two mobs spawn, and we'll start running down the hall. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's really going to mess up your rhythm if you start to get in good little farming rhythm with these guys. Alright, so we're going to come back here. We're going to loot real quick. Get all the loot. Let's talk about the XP gain that you can get from this run. So, you do this pretty much from 16 to 21. As soon as you hit 21, you can go over to SM, so you want to get over to SM. But before that, you want to be doing this. You get around 20 minutes a level, unrested. Now I'm rested, so my mage is going to have a ton of experience. But look at him right now. He already has 33% of the level, and we're not even halfway through. Maybe we are halfway through. We're about halfway through. But he's about 33% of the level already. You get a ton of experience. It's about 7 to 8 minutes per run. I forgot the time this one, but we can see the length of the video. No big deal. And I'll add an update for that. Really quick runs, tons of experience, and really good to do from 16 to 21. People also like running this one as well because you can get a lot of blues and you can get a lot of BOEs. So the greens start selling for a decent bit, a lot more than RFC. But then occasionally you're going to get this blue drop BOE, and it could be worth up to like 400 gold because twink items are starting to become big and classic as we get closer to BGs. Obviously, we have Warsong Gulch coming out on December 10th, I think it is. So those are going to be selling really well. You can make a ton of money. So here in this room, you aggro up everything. You will probably get silenced at least once. Not a big deal though. We're going to silence them. We're going to root them all, and we're going to flame strike Cone of Cold. Just kill him down real quick. The boss will bubble, and now you got basically 10 seconds while you wait out his bubble. After his bubble, kill him, you loot, you're good to go, and we're ready for the last pool, the instance. Now there's a couple little shortcuts we're going to be talking about. The last pool that will help speed up your runs tremendously. We'll loot up real quick. It ends up being about 25 gold an hour just in items and raw gold. So it's really not that bad of a farm either, especially if you're just doing it without other people by yourself. You can get some decent money. Alright, so wait for a little bit more mana, and we'll go. You're going to run into a few of these silence mobs. Sometimes there's a chest right here. Now, if there's a chest right here, I like to just stop and kill these mobs, because might as well pick up the chest. Then you don't have to worry about the silence mobs later, too. Kind of like a win-win. But if there's not a chest, keep on moving. We're going to aggro that Screecher over there in the corner. Aggro the boss, the rank 1 Arcane Explosion. Aggro this mob. We're not going to blink yet, because we're going to want to get maximum distance. So we got all these Tormented Officers. We're going to Nova them. Now we're going to blink. Now we got a very good amount of run room between all those mobs. We're going to come into this downstairs area. Here's where you're going to get all your XP. And this is going to be the last pool. So we're going to make sure that we aggro up all these mobs. If block is up, cool. If not, you're going to use Cold Snap here. You could do it without any of those abilities, but once you're getting started with it, you're just going to be using Cold Snap just to make it as efficient as possible. So we're going to Cold Snap, Ice Barrier, block right here, wait for all the mobs to come in. You also have Odo the Blind Watcher. He drops the staff that can be sold for, I think it's like 50 silver or something like that, so it's a pretty good vendor. You're going to Nova them all. And then we're not going to Flame Strike because of too many delusions. But you're just going to AoE him down, just like normal. Again, this is a low-level dungeon. You don't really need to worry about dying too much. Now, if you didn't have Cold Snap and block, what you would do is you would Nova the mobs as they come down, stand here on the corner, wait for the rest of them to come down. Cone of Cold, jump Cone of Cold, jump off. Run back up to here. Blink. Oh, can't blink. Blizzard. And then you should have Cone of Cold up pretty soon again. Just try to keep them slowed, kite them a little bit, and just kill them as they come down the stairs. Not too bad. That'll only happen, I guess, once every like 3 runs. But yeah. So now we're gonna loot these mobs, and then we will go and show the quick reset, and that'll be the end of the dungeon. Loot them up real quick. Alright, that's pretty much everything. Nice. I see you have pretty much a full inventory just from 1 run. Alright, so we're gonna come back out here. Decurse myself while I wait, so I can be quick. You're gonna jump up onto this building. You're gonna jump off this side, and you're gonna jump back to the entrance, and now you're good for a reset. Quick reset points. Alright, so for 1 run, we got 53% of a level. Rested, obviously. So unrested, that would have been about 25.5% of the level, and I'm level 20. So you get more XP at level 16. You get more XP also the more people you have, up to 4 people. Once you go to 5 people, you get less XP. But you can still just help out an extra person, it's fine. So I hope this video helped you out, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe below and come hang out with me on Discord and Twitch, where I power level alts, friends, subs all day long and farm some gold or raid if I'm doing that as well. So look forward to seeing you guys soon, and thank you for watching.